It's almost past midday. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to News Today on Joy News on Multi TV. Apologies for the late start of the program. But coming up in this edition, Electoral Commission warns observer groups monitoring this year's elections against telling electorate as to who to vote for at the polling centers. For those who were unable to take part in yesterday's special voting, the Electoral Commission sets December 4 to continue the special voting exercise. Later in this bulletin, President Mahama commissions Ho Airport today. Meanwhile, Minister of Communications Dr. Edward Omanebuama says December 7 is not a public holiday. The details plus business, sports, international and entertainment coming up in the next few minutes. My name is Beatrice. Thank you for joining us. The Electoral Commission has warned the various observer groups in the country monitoring this year's election against influencing the electorate on their choice of candidates at the polls. Speaking at a meeting with the various observer groups, Chairperson of the Commission, Mrs. Charlotte Osei, told the observers it is not in their place to tell the electorate who to vote for on election day. The warning is among many others Mrs. Osei issued in that meeting at Mervyn Peak a while ago.
Where the voter votes and then the ballot box. Then you insert the ballot paper into the box. There are two boxes, one for parliamentary and one for presidential. So when you finish with the third step, you are required to go back and now get the ballot paper for the parliamentary and go through the voting steps again. We've also introduced a few integrity mechanisms to improve the integrity of this year's elections. We have agreed at IPAC that when a ballot issuer is giving a ballot paper to the voter, they must hold it up and wave it at the polling station so everyone at the station, especially the agents, can see that the voter is getting a single ballot paper and that the paper has been stamped with the validation stamp before it's given to the voter. We're also standardizing the polling station setup to minimize security threats so everyone can see what a voter is doing when the voter is within the voting screen, but without compromising the secrecy of the ballots, the voters' ballots. But everyone and the agents must be able to see what the voter is doing in the screen. But also we're standardizing it so that agents are not cut off and the agents are situated where they can see and hear everything going on at the polling station. We're also issuing the presiding officers with gloves, and they must wear these gloves before they start sorting the ballot papers and counting, so that there are no accidental ink marks from anywhere which stain the ballot paper and result in a rejection of that ballot paper. We have improved the security features on our results collation sheets. Now all the results collation sheets are personalized to the polling station. They have the name of the polling station, they have the polling station code, and then they have unique serial numbers. And then if we do not, if for any reason they get damaged, we have printed 3,000 replacement sheets, which cannot be personalized because they are replacement, but they also have unique serial numbers. They are different color from the original results collation sheets, and then they have a watermark on it that says replacement. So it's very easy to distinguish it, and a polling station cannot have an original one and a replacement one. It's either one or the other. This is what the new statement of poll looks like. trying to find my contest. So we have the names of all the presidential candidates already printed on it with their party initials. Then up there we have the polling station name, we have the polling station code, and then we have the unique serial number for each one. This is for the office, for the parliamentary elections. Again, we have the polling station name, we have the polling station code, and we have unique serial numbers. Every polling station is also going to have 2 biometric verification devices, 1 primary one and 1 backup. So if any problems develop with the primary one, they would deploy the second one. In addition to that, we'll have backup DVDs at all the district offices to support the polling stations in that district.
If it has collapsed.
Meanwhile, persons who could not find their names on the special voters roll in yesterday's early voting will have another opportunity to exercise their franchise on Sunday. Several people in the over 127,000 voters list could not find their names at constituencies they were scheduled to vote, creating confusion in some instances. The Electoral Commission and members of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, IPAC, agreed to the new date after a closed-door meeting last night. Maxwell Akmakba has the rest of the story.
It's 8:30 and we are here at the Electoral Commission headquarters where an inter-party advisory committee meeting just ended. The election was fraught with a lot of challenges with some security personnel and Electoral Commission officials and some members of the media complaining about not seeing their names on the voters' roll. But it looks like that issue has been resolved right now at the IPAC meeting. We just ended. The NDC's campaign coordinator Kofi Adams just left this place. You can see members of the press also having some interviews with some other people who were in that meeting. Well, the consensus is that people who could not vote today, that's the 1st December, will be enabled to take part in another special voting exercise on Sunday. So if you couldn't take part in that election, it is happening again on Sunday and you'll be given a chance to exercise your franchise. Let's listen to Peter McMahon.
The decision today is that we should give them the opportunity to exercise their franchise on Sunday, okay, where they will go through another voting process. And we believe that between today and Sunday, they could sort themselves out. And if they have to travel, then they will travel. Then those whose names did not appear at all, we will appeal. An appeal should be made to the IGP to send them to security operations at places near where they are on the main register so that they could vote early and perform their security functions. Then the BVDs that were used today, the biometric verification devices, the returning officers would assemble there together with our agents and press the F1 button to know the number of people, the stock of people who voted today and those who voted with manual, and know the number of voters who voted. Then they will cancel out, which have been done, the barcodes. So the decisions have been arrived to bring integrity.
The NDC's Kofi Adams says he's happy with the decision that have been made today.
To do with the special voting, there were some persons who claimed that they couldn't find their names in the register, that's the special voter register, when they went to the polling station, even though their names were on the first list that was prepared. And this was because information came quite late that the fact that you are placed on a special voter list didn't mean that you could vote anywhere. Now, even though you are on the special voter list, you still needed to go to your original constituency where you registered. That is, if you didn't transfer a vote, to go and cast your special ballot. So, based on this misunderstanding, we agree that for such persons, opportunity be given them on Sunday to be able to go and vote, because some.
Now, President John Mahama has declared a 3-day prayer and fasting for continuous peace and stability in the country ahead of next week's polls. The president urged Christians and Muslims, including all people of faith, to dedicate 3 days starting today, Friday 2nd to Sunday 4th December 2016, to fast and pray for the nation. According to the president, it is through fasting and prayers, supported by appropriate measures and actions on the part of all stakeholders, that the country will once again demonstrate to the world that it is not only the beacon of hope for Africa's democracy, but also that the nation is ready and willing to continue on the path of progress and prosperity. This was contained in a statement signed by the Minister of Communications, Dr. Edward Omane Boama. Let's still stay on the president, and he is in the Volta region capital hall to commission the whole airport. My colleague Ivy Setorji is at the commissioning. Mawuli Yevu Agbe is at the commissioning, and he joins me live on the line. Mawuli, what can you report on this?
Yeah, I'm currently at the whole aerodrome, what a lot of people are referring to as the whole airport, and the president is expected to touch down pretty soon for the start of the official commissioning of the phase 1 of the project, which is the completion of the runway for the aerodrome here in Ho. It's a big fanfare here in Ho, as several, scores of people from all walks of life, especially party people of the National Democratic Congress, converge here, celebrating a big project like this in the Volta Regional Capital Ho. I can say for a fact that at the moment, so many people, thousands of people are trooping here to the ground where the president is expected to commission the best phase of the project, which is the runway, which has been completed. And so it's a big gathering of people from all walks of life in the region celebrating this big project here right here.
Mawuli, ahead of the president's arrival though, and you're talking about a number of supporters who have gathered at the airport, what are they saying?
Well, for a lot of people, when this whole project started, it started like a campaign from if they would leave to see this day, to see an airport or an aerodrome being constructed in Hope. So for a lot of people, it's like a sightseeing first of all to see that really there's an aerodrome constructed right here in Hope. So there are quite a number of people who are just here to see for themselves the runway that's been completed and yet to be commissioned. For politicians, it means so much for them, especially the National Democratic Congress, making a case that they have delivered according to their promises to the people. And so, across board, it means a lot of things for different kinds of people. For the politician, yes, there's a big trump card in the region which has favored the National Democratic Congress in terms of the electoral fortunes for several years now.
Thank you very much. Mawuli Yevu Agbe reporting live from Ho, where the president is expected there shortly to commission the airport there. Now, the Minister of Communications, Dr. Omane Boama, has stated that Wednesday, December 7 is not a public holiday. Speaking on Joy FM Super Morning Show this morning with host Kojo Yangson, Dr. Boama emphasized that as far as the 1992 Constitution is concerned, democracy, December 7 in the country's statutes is not a public holiday. This comes at the back of rumors on social media indicating otherwise. So that's it for you there. Wednesday, 7th December, which is the much anticipated voting day for the 2016 elections, is not a statutory public holiday. And you're still watching news today on Joy News, your election headquarters. Stay with us. We'll be back with more.